dreams can actually give you really tangible information. There are so many scientists, musicians, artists who have reported how they have had entire songs or entire theories come to them because they have dreamt them. Have you ever wondered about your dreams or your daydreams? Like, have you wondered that 1 minute you can be washing dishes, and at the same time, you might be planning your next holiday or your conversation with your son? There would also be dreams that you remember very, very vividly. And then there would be dreams that you just did not like when you woke up. Maybe some of them just gave you nightmares, or in some of them, you were solving some exams. Maybe there was some, though, where you had a fantastic experience, where you met a loved one, or you really felt very peaceful, as if you went to a retreat of some sort. Before we begin, if you are new here, I am Kanika. I'm an energy coach and Akashic Records healer. If you like conversations like this, please subscribe to this channel so that we can stay in touch. All right, so now let's get into it and let's talk about what is the astral body. Astral body is the body that your soul uses to travel as you dream or as you go about in your day. You see, as you are doing some mundane things during your day, maybe you are going from your home to your work, and that's the same drive that you take every day, your soul can get pretty bored. Or there are other things that you are doing. You're sleeping and your soul is like, well, not really interesting, so I can use this time and I can go out and explore. And hence your soul uses this time to go out and get information. Sometimes it just wants to explore and try out some of your life scenarios. Sometimes it wants to receive help. Sometimes it wants to help others. So it's really using this time for some learning and understanding, which is what makes this topic really interesting. The more you know about your astral body and the more you can sync with it, you can really use it to understand more about your life, even solve your life problems and get guidance and healing while you sleep. Isn't that magical? Now let's talk about the soul and you, just because that understanding is really crucial to understanding the astral body more. Imagine an apple and then split that into 1,000 parts. And if you take out one slice of this 1,000th part of an apple, that is you. That is you in this lifetime. So this slice is going to be paper thin, right? And often, yet, when we go around in our lives, we think this is me. But for example, the Kanika that is sitting in front of you, this is just one part of me. This is like 1,000th part of my soul. Now, of course, 1,000 is made up. You might have had more lifetimes, you might have had less lifetimes. Depends on how old or new your soul is. But you get the gist, right? We often think that we in our physical body are the full and finite, and yet that could not be further from the truth. The apple itself is what is representing all of you. So imagine if you could tap into this awareness, if you could tap into this knowledge of experience, because your soul, as your astral body, continues to travel all the time and it can be in multiple places at the same time. It just has a whole lot of experience, knowledge, and wisdom. And it can also explore areas that you don't really know. Now let's go a little bit deeper into why do you actually astral travel? One of the most common reasons is you travel to get more information. You travel to get more information about a project that you are working on. You might want to solve some life scenario. For example, you might want to come out of a relationship and you're really trying to work it out in your sleep before you really do it in your life, right? It's easier to work it out in your sleep without having the consequences and just feel how it feels to you. Often your dream space is like a playground or a simulation system. And that just helps you integrate that learning a lot more into your body because you go into this space and you try it out. You feel different scenarios, And you go, okay, all right, this I can do, this I like, this I don't like. Talking about information, dreams can actually give you really tangible information. There are so many scientists, musicians, artists who have reported how they have had entire songs or entire theories come to them because they have dreamt them. One good example would be August Kekulé. He was a German scientist and he was trying to understand the structure of benzene. In his dream, he saw that atoms started forming chains, and then one chain broke off and actually attached to the part of the chain. It almost formed a ring, like the Ouroboros. And that's how he understood that all the carbon atoms are really linking back into each other. So your dreams can actually be useful portals to get information about projects that you want to create, about projects that you want to solve. Let's say there is an app or a program that you want to understand the functionality of without really fully reading through all pages of the manual. You can just use your dream space. Set an intention before you go to sleep, and the next morning, chances are, if your dream channel is open, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes, chances are that if your dream channel is open, you will be able to intuitively understand the app or the program. You will just know what to do. You can similarly use your dream space to understand more about any historical place, let's say the pyramids. You can use dreams to get more things around a particular language that you are trying to learn, whatever subject you're wanting to learn. Any place specifically where you feel like, I really want to be in this place, like there's a connection, you can set that intention in your dream space and get more information just transmitted into you without doing the physical work for it. If you're confused about your business, you want to understand what is the best business strategy, you want to understand about your partners, what product line you should be launching, etc. Dream space can be very helpful in that. Literally any problem that you are trying to solve or anything where you want insights, dream is a very good space to ask those questions and receive those answers. Spirit guides, archangels, any gods, any goddesses that you really want to connect with. Maybe you want to tune into their energy, you want to learn more about something that they are really good at doing. Then dream space can be a pretty good playground and an understanding platform for that. You can also connect with your loved ones. You can have conversations with them that you did not get to have. You can use a dream to really chat with them, understand more about your journey with them during this lifetime. You can use this even to heal some of your existing relationships. Let's say you are not really on good terms with your parents, but you want to work that out. Your dream space would be a good space to start doing that. Just connecting with your parents, seeing them as souls, and then chatting with them. You will be surprised with what really starts happening in your physical life once you've opened up that door in your dream life. But just a note here that your spirit guides and the people that you meet during your dream, they still will have as much knowledge as they have, right? Just because you're meeting them in the dream space does not mean that now they are all knowing, they're all compassionate, they're all light, right? There would be a certain degree of transformation that they have done, but there would be a limit of their growth. It just depends on how their soul is, how much they're bringing in into that conversation in the dream with you. Just because you're meeting them in the dream, it does not mean that, well, now everything is just perfect and hunky dory and you can take their information as it is without using your judgment at all. Let's say if somebody did not know in their living life about financing or investment at all, would you really want to take their advice if they came to you in a dream? Maybe, maybe not. No, that information that you are getting will be limited based on the being's capability, based on their journey, where they're at. Now, while you are dreaming, your astral body might also be traveling across different realms. Like it might go to the upper world, middle world, or the underworld just to explore, just to understand what these spaces are about, sometimes to learn them. Like you could go to the temple of healing to get a body healing or to learn about it. You could travel to the cathedral of learning to learn a certain modality. And there are lots of other places like that on all the worlds to just have more adventure and evolution as a soul. When you're exploring different realms, you can also go to different galaxies. You can go and interact with different life forms and see how that world is like. It is a little bit like watching a movie, and let's say you could go to different movie cinemas and just choose which one you want to do. That's what your soul is doing at this time. It's just out there traveling, exploring, having different experiences. You might be using your astral body to solve problems in your life as well. If you have a personal issue going on, if you have a physical issue going on, you might seek that help when you are in your dream state. Same way, you might even go out and help other people in your dream state. So, especially if you are waking up feeling tired, chances are that you have been helping something, someone, and that's why your own energy feels depleted. Then this brings us to the important question of how can you use your dreams to help you in your life? Now, first off, you will not remember everything that's happening in your life. It can just be too much information. It is not meant for you at this time, and it will come to you when you are ready for it. It's easier to think about this in terms of frequency bands. Let's say you're listening to the radio and you tune your channel to 98.5 FM. This still might mean that you get some leakage from 98.7 FM or 98.3 FM, right? But within that band, you're still able to get information. And that's how things are working in your dream state as well. You get a lot of information. There is information that you will be able to access based on the band of your frequency. Where are you at? The rest gets encoded in your space and it stays there dormant until you are in a frequency ready to be able to tap into it. That is why, in a lot of your dreams, when you're getting information and you feel like, oh, I feel this was really important, but I don't know what really happened, you got some upgrade, but you're not fully ready to be able to tune into yet. But that will show itself when you have raised your vibration, when you're capable of it. The other thing to remember with your dreams is that the clarity of your dreams, the memory of your dreams will also depend on the clarity of your channel. If your channel is blocked, chances are that your dream signal, by the time you receive it, it gets very muffled. Let's take an example. Maybe in your dream, you see an elephant and that actually looks like a gray elephant, right? But when you remember the dream, the next day, the elephant might have pink ears, the elephant might have a mermaid tail because it got clogged in between. There was filtering that happened, and now the elephant suddenly looks very different. And this is not to say that when you remember a dream as very vivid or very out of character, that that is not true. I'm simply saying that when you remember a dream, there are chances that it might have been filtered in some sense. So when you are actually trying to decipher a dream for yourself, to understand the message that it brought for you, you want to actually focus into the feelings that it evoked in you, because that would not be faked. You want to remember whether you felt scared, expansive, loved. What was that primary feeling? How do you remember it in your body so that then you can tune into the main vibration of the dream? Then start thinking about the key people in the dream, the characters. And even if something was very out of place, let's say the elephant, the pink elephant with mermaid tail, at least you know that that was an important character, right? You focus on these elements to understand more about your dream. The best way to have the most informative dreams is to just prepare for that. Before you go to bed, you can have a really clear intention around what is it that you want to do during your dream. Have a pen and paper right next to you, or have your recording device right next to you, so that the moment you have your dream, you can actually just wake up and write that. Even within your sleep, write those scribbles so that you can look at them the next morning. You can even just record your voice on your phone recorder. In terms of preparing yourself, there is just a little bit more than simply having the intention and keeping the supplies ready. You also want to clear your space. Now, the number one resistance that you have to getting these dreams, especially dreams that will enlighten you about your life, That is your own inner beliefs. You'll be surprised how many times it's your own inner belief that is the block. Really. If you are not going to believe that I am capable of dreaming, that my dream can give me an oversight, it's just not going to work, is it? So, first of all, just hold that in your thoughts, right? As you think about this, that, okay, I'm going to dream about my problem. I'm going to get some insights about my problem. Hold that thought in the space and just watch yourself breathe. Watch where your breathing stops, where your body is breathing, especially where it's blocked, is where you are holding a blockage. That is where that belief resides that the dream's not going to work out for you. And then you want to do further work in terms of clearing that space out. I do have a lot of meditations on Art of Life guided meditations that you will be able to use to just clear up your own internal blocks. Now, once you've cleared your internal blocks, you want to clear the space for your astral body as well, because that's just an extension of you too, right? If it is feeling scared, venturing out and really exploring the topic of divorce, let's say, it's not going to be able to do it. So you want to make your astral body feel really safe as well. You really want to hold that space energetically for it, because the same way in which physically you can get attacked, you can get hurt, the same things can happen in the astral body as well. Just because it is traveling and it's doing all these fancy things across multiple realms and so on, it does not mean that the astral body does not get scarred or injured. Astral body also gets impacted, and hence it's very important to maintain that energetic space for your astral body as well. Now, of course, the more important part on how do you analyze your dream. First of all, take that dream, take that voice recording, take that paper, and just clear that energetically as well. My favorite way of clearing, and actually you can use this for clearing your own space before you go to bed. You can use this for even clearing your energetic body. You can use this for clearing your dream after you have it. Just imagine that in a space. So you could imagine the paper that you have your dream in. Imagine that this paper is now being connected right through to the center of the earth, all the way to the center. And I say the center because that is how you are grounding the energy of any foreign energy, any interference. That all goes away once you start grounding. Grounding is very beautiful, you guys. Grounding or earthing is something that we do in the electrical appliances in our house all the time. You might just not be aware of it. Every single toaster, every single fridge, every single electrical appliance has an earthing wire. The purpose of this earthing wire is that whenever there's a negative charge, that can drain out of that earthing wire. And hence, when you touch that electrical appliance, even if it has a fault, you will not get impacted, right? So when you connect your dream or when you connect yourself with the earth, especially to the heart of the earth, that's where you start releasing any negative energy, any interference in you. Literally, your intention is that strong. You just need to hold it for that bit and you just need to go, okay, I'm just releasing all the negative energy in my space. Imagine that release happening and what it will do for your dream space when you're analyzing that. It clears off all the negative stuff into it. And now, as you close your eyes and as you look at your dream again, you will see it a little bit differently. The characters will play out a little bit differently, as if the scene is clearer, as if some of the noise, the glitch has been taken away. And when you listen to it now, it's just going to be a lot easier to read and then intuitively go working with this energy again and just asking, hey, okay, what does my dream mean now? What was the message for me here? So, one thing you are doing is you're connecting with the earth to help you release the negative charge. The other thing you're doing is you're connecting with the sun above. Sun comes in for clarity, for guidance, for intuition, and allow golden sun rays to fall on you. Allow them to bring in that intuitive hit into you and be ready to receive. Breathe, sit with it for a while. That's where another issue is with a lot of the people is like they just look at it for 1 second, they go like, nothing's coming. No, sit with it. Look at your paper, holding the paper in your hand, but just breathing in, breathing out, imagining the earth energy flowing into you, imagining the sun energy flowing into you, and you will get the guidance. Whatever it is that you're supposed to get, you will get that. Now, sometimes that message will come to you as a message. You might hear it as a voice. You might just know it. Everything is okay. You might get an insight that you want to write about it or draw it. And then by all means, do that, because your hand chakras, they're amazing. They are really bringing all that information through as well. So just allow them to express and let your hands bring in that magic to you. Let them really decipher the meaning of your dreams. If you're really interested in taking your work with the astral body to the next level, I have a workshop called Astral Body and Dreaming. And this is where we do a 2-hour mini retreat on lots of different things. You learn how to really energy protect your astral body, how to use it to get answers during the day as well, even while you are in your office doing something. You will learn how to specifically dream to solve some problems and explore, like get information from other realms. If you want to download ideas to write your next book or to help you with your business strategy, then this is a really good workshop to join. So thank you so much for today. If you want to follow me, I am at Kanika Energy Coach on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I would love to connect with you there. With lots of love, Kanika, your energy coach.